So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my regular Sunday evening Wealth Warriors presentation. We're going to go through a standard presentation about Wealth Warriors, do some updates on the different platforms we're involved with. The idea is to give you an idea about Wealth Warriors, why it's worth your time looking into it and actually spending your time doing what Wealth Warriors proposes you do. And you'll see what those things are, and you'll also see the benefits of that in the presentation in a few minutes. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and get on with the standard presentation. I like to do a presentation on PowerPoint. Okay, I like to do a presentation on PowerPoint because it keeps me on track. It means I don't wander off and discuss all sorts of other things that aren't relevant, thoughts and ideas that come into my head. And that way we can stick to a reasonable time frame. Hopefully this will be about an hour. Hopefully a little bit less. So back to the slideshow. Welcome to Wealth Warriors. I consider us to be financial freedom fighters, and some of you have heard me say this before. Sorry, I didn't say welcome to all the people that are here on the call with me. As ever, it's nice to be in your company. It's always nice to be with like-minded people, forward-thinking people, positive-minded people as well. So thank you for taking the time to share with me. And for those of you watching this by video, I hope you get a lot of good information from the video. But consider coming on the Zoom calls on a Sunday evening, 10 o'clock UK time, because you get so much more out of the presentation if you're here. You can take part in the Q&A that will happen later after the video has been switched off. And it's kind of like the difference between going to a concert for your favorite band or listening to the CD after the event. So it's the CD is good if you've got nothing else, but the live presentation is the thing that you'll talk about for the rest of your life. Okay, so on with the presentation. The standard disclaimer, of course. In fact, there's a very simple disclaimer. Nothing in this presentation is to be taken as financial advice or investment advice. I don't do advice. If people ask me for advice, I'm very careful about how I couch the advice, and I make sure that it's at the end of the day, it's their decision, their decision to do whatever they want to do. So Wealth Warriors is not an investment platform, it's a community. But the community has access to, at the moment, 4 different platforms within which we make money. So if you do decide to invest in any of the platforms discussed in this presentation, only use money that you can comfortably afford to lose. Carry out your own due diligence. I'm sold on all of these platforms, or I wouldn't be bringing them to you, but don't take my word for it. I have been wrong before. I may be wrong again in the future. And also things change from time to time. We have no control over what happens in the world. So do your own due diligence before you decide to get involved with any of these platforms. Number 4, have a strategy to recoup your initial investment as soon as possible. Now, you might say that sounds a bit like advice, and I guess it probably is, because I like to see people, when they put money into a platform, they get their money back out and then they carry on operating that platform on free money. So if something does happen to that platform in the future, you've had your money back. It's free money. So you don't lose anything. Number 5, have a strategy to create a large income over time by withdrawing a percentage of the profits. And again, that may sound like advice, and you might be forgiven for thinking that. Okay, because I like to see people, as well as growing their business, I like to see them taking money out. We're not doing this for the fun of it. We're doing it to have to make some money. And one of the best ways of making money is to withdraw some of the profits. But of course, the best way to grow business is to reinvest. So you have a nice balance, a balance that suits you between reinvesting and withdrawing. Okay, so that's my suggestion, if you like, rather than advice. So what is the problem with online businesses? Why do we need to go to all the trouble of creating Wealth Warriors? What's this all about? Why don't we just join whatever platforms we like the look of? And the answer is that there's three things wrong with online businesses, or problems with online businesses. The first one is there are just too many scams out there. And I use the word scam advisedly because I use it to refer just to businesses that are deliberately set up to fool you into giving them your money Okay, and knowing that at some point in the future they're going to shut up shop and run away with your money. Okay, now that's a scam. So there are just too many scams out there, and I see dozens of them every week. I analyze businesses pretty much every single day of my life. Okay, several in one day, many days. Okay, and most of them are just scams. Okay, so that's the first answer. What's the problem with online businesses? There are just too many scams out there. The second problem is that those businesses aren't scams, are just poorly run businesses. And we see this in offline businesses. We see this in bricks and mortar businesses. You've only got to look at the town where you live. And there are some businesses that opened up a couple of years ago, or last year, or 3, 4 years ago, that aren't in business anymore. And who knows what happened to them? It could be they had the wrong product lines. Their suppliers went bust. It could be their suppliers put their prices up and they couldn't compete in the marketplace anymore. It could be the owner died and nobody wanted to take over that responsibility. It could be the landlord put the rents up so much that the business was no longer profitable. They could have just been poor business people. They borrowed too much money and couldn't repay it. Who knows why businesses go bust? There are a number of reasons, okay, but it happens in every line of work, every line of business, and offline businesses as well as online businesses. I've seen a lot of online businesses that are just so poorly run. I knew they were going to go bust, and so it's no surprise when they do. What else? Those businesses that aren't scams and don't go bust get shut down by regulators and government departments. Some governments in the world have departments whose sole job is to shut down businesses they don't like the look of. Now, I say that advisedly as well because those businesses don't actually have to be doing anything illegal. I've seen them shut down a lot of online businesses, particularly the American SEC departments in different states. The Canadians are just as bad, and the FCA in the UK is almost as bad. Okay, and the businesses don't have to be doing anything wrong. They just the regulators just don't like the businesses. They don't understand them. They haven't taken the time or trouble to understand the businesses. They think it's something it isn't. And basically what people do is if you find out a little bit about something, you think, well, I don't fully understand that, but it sounds a bit like this thing over here that I do understand. And so you lump the two in together. And of course, if that other business was a scam or poorly run, then the regulators just say, I think that's the same as that, and then they just shut it down. And I've seen businesses, perfectly well-run businesses, operating nicely, and they get shut down by regulators. Now, the regulators claim they're there to protect the investors, and we know that's not true because ask yourself this: how many times have you ever seen the regulator shut down a business and all of those investors get their money back? They don't. If they were there to protect the investors, all of those investors would get their money back. They don't. What they do is they take that money and they add it into the coffers of their own Treasury Department or Exchequer Department, wherever you are in the world. Okay, so it's actually what they're actually doing is taxing businesses by shutting businesses down and grabbing all of their assets. Okay, I might not be popular for saying that. That's my firm belief, and nobody can disprove it. I've asked lots of people to disprove it. I've asked government gurus to disprove it, and nobody can. It doesn't matter how much money you make in online businesses, you cannot become truly free, financially free, time free, and free from government control. So if you're just in one platform, you're at the mercy of that one platform, whatever they decide to do, whether they change it, they increase the price, decrease the profit, whatever it is they decide to do, you're at their mercy. You'll never be truly free, financially free, time and money free, and free from government control. This is all part of what Wealth Warriors is about. This is what we're trying to achieve. So individually, we're doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past. We're doomed to fall into the same traps that we've fallen into previously. When we were just talking there about what's wrong with online businesses, we're going to encounter all of that stuff over and over and over again. And if we don't understand what's happening, then we will continue to make those same mistakes. However, collectively, we can help most of us avoid the pitfalls of the industry. With Wealth Warriors, you've got the benefit of knowing that I'm always the first one into one of these platforms, and I don't recommend it until I know enough about it to have confidence that the business is being run properly. It's not a scam. It's being well run, doing what it says it's going to do, and so on. You'll see the criteria in a minute. So, and often I'll invite a few other people to come and join me and do the same thing. Okay, so collectively we figure out that this is a good business, and then we release it to the whole membership of Wealth Warriors. So who would want to be the first one across the minefield? Or would you rather follow me? We're safer together with safety. Now, this isn't you don't realize the correlation here, but with online businesses, if you're safe, if the business is safe, if you know the business is going to be there for a long period of time, then you have the time. With safety comes time. It's like I say, it's not an immediate, you don't immediately understand the correlation, but that's what it is. If the business is safe, you have time, and then you have time to start small and build. And by building, you can build big because you have time. Okay, if you can start a business and build it to a livable income in a year, that's great. And we have some of those in our portfolio. If you can start small and build up a small fortune, generational wealth over 5 years, that's brilliant. We have platforms like that in our portfolio as well. But you need to have the time. You need to know those platforms are going to be there to continue to produce income and allow us to grow our asset over a period of time. So develop a plan or follow that plan. And so what are the benefits of following the rules of Wealth Warrior? Benefit number one, you will never lose all of your money to a scammer again. And the internet is full of chat groups of people all crying about the fact they put money into something and it was a scam, or it was poorly run, or the government shut it down and they've lost all of their money. Okay. The way we build Wealth Warriors, you'll never lose all of your money to one of those situations ever again. Okay, yes, something could go wrong, but you'll never lose all of your money ever again. Benefit two, your team will develop deep loyalty and commitment to you. Okay, and that might not sound important, but it is. You'll see why in a minute. Benefit three, you can protect your permanent network of contacts. Now, I've never seen a system that allows you to protect your permanent network of contacts. What normally happens is we get involved in an online business. We get excited about it. We go out and tell all our friends, neighbors, relatives, and work colleagues. Some of them join us and put some money in, and eventually that business goes bust or gets shut down by the regulators or just fails because it's poorly run. And those people don't talk to us anymore. We're not on the Christmas card list. And the worst bit is we don't blame them one little bit because we don't like ourselves very much either. We think it's all our fault that they've lost money. Never be in that position again. You can protect your permanent network of contacts by building your network of contacts within Wealth Warriors. Benefit four, you can build a future business much faster with far more profit than you built your earlier businesses. And as we add more and more platforms, then you will be building all of those businesses much, much faster and making far more profit very, very quickly. Okay, so that's a benefit of being part of Wealth Warriors that you won't get anywhere else. Benefit five, build one business and you will grow all 4 Wealth Warriors businesses. At the moment we have 4. In the future we will have 5 or 6. Okay, but you build one and all of them will grow. Benefit 6, you can recoup your loans, your mortgages and recent expenditure. Imagine being able to claim back everything every single penny that's gone out of your bank account for the last 3 years. That would be a nice little thing to recoup, wouldn't it? Okay. And if you're anything like me, my 2022 outgoings from 2 of my bank accounts was $188,000. Last year, my outgoing was over $118,000. Okay, we can claim all of that back. We're entitled to claim all of that back. Imagine how many mortgages you've had over the years. You can claim back all of those mortgages, even if you've settled them, even if you paid them off, it doesn't matter. Okay. Benefit 7, you can become free, wealthy, and live an abundant life. You don't have to trade off your freedom for the money. You don't have to trade off the money for the freedom. With a lot of people, when they decide they no longer want to do what they're doing and they want to just live on what they've developed, okay, that income doesn't continue to grow. It also limits what they can do with their time. Okay, so the money, the point at which you've built your assets, or you say, well, that's as far as I'm going to build for example, my pension fund. That's as far as I'm going to build my pension fund. Now I'm going to live off that pension fund. Okay, that pension fund doesn't keep on increasing. You stop paying into it, you're starting to take out of it, and there's a limit to how long that fund is going to last. And so you've got to try and guess, well, if I can live on this much money, but I can't drive a Rolls Royce, I can't have a villa in Spain, I can't have a ski lodge in the Swiss Alps. Okay, but I can live. I can pay my rent or pay my living expenses. I can live on that money, but I can't be wealthy. But I am free. I have all the time to do what I want, but I'm not wealthy, and I'm certainly not living an abundant life. But with Wealth Warriors, you can have all of those things. They're not mutually exclusive. So I'm going to give you a quick illustration of how this works. I'm going to get through it fairly quickly because a lot of you have seen this before. Assumptions for this illustration. So I'm going to give you an illustration. The assumption is that we deal with 4 platforms. The assumption 2, you have 10 people in all 4 platforms. Assumption 3, you're making $1,000 per month in each of the 4 platforms. And assumption 4, your total income is $4,000 per month. So let's have a look at what that looks like. So in platform 1, you have a network of 10 people. So you have introduced Alan, and Alan's introduced Andy and Araf. You've also introduced Belle. Belle's introduced Bex, and Bex has introduced Bart. You've also introduced Chris. Chris has introduced Colin and Cherry, and Cherry has introduced Chad. Okay, so that's your network, and because of the volume going through that business, you're making $1,000 per month. Everybody else is making a different amount based on the activity they put in, the work that they put in to build their network. So let's move that out of the way, and we'll look at adding a second platform. Now, what we do, you may notice with the second platform, we put everybody in exactly the same position in platform 2 as they were in platform 1. Okay, so now your income is $2,000 per month. It won't be this. The earning system for platform 1 will be different from platform 2, but just for purposes of this illustration, let's say it's exactly the same. And so your income is $2,000 per month. So let's move platform 2 out of the way to make room for platform 3. Near platform 3, and the people, you've got exactly the same people in exactly the same positions in platform 3, therefore your income is $3,000 per month. So let's just move that out of the way, make room for platform 4. And in platform 4, you have the same people in the same position in platform 4. You get the hang of this, I'm sure. Okay, so that means your income now is $4,000 per month. So that's good. That's all good stuff. And of course, if somebody adds a new person into their platform 1, then they add the same person in the same position in platforms 2, 3, and 4. Eventually, it may take a week or 2, but eventually they will get added to the same platforms in the same positions. Now, what's the benefit of this? Well, let me just show you. You can operate like this. You're making $4,000 per month. And this assumes that nobody increases their volume, nobody introduces new people. Okay, they just keep doing exactly the same thing. So you make $4,000 per month on into the future, maybe for weeks, months, maybe even years. Let's hope it's years. But eventually something happens to platform 4. The person no longer wants to run that business. The regulator shut it down. Whatever reason, platform 4 is gone. So I talked earlier about protecting your permanent network. Your people that lost money in platform 4, maybe they didn't lose money, they might have quit what they were making after they've made some money, but they don't resent you because you're still helping them make money in 2 other platforms. So they don't start sending you hate mail and take you off the Christmas card list. It's just a minor setback. Okay. And your income hasn't dropped to 0 per month. So a platform's gone bust, but you're okay because your income has now dropped to $3,000 per month. Okay, so it's livable. You survive. What happens then is I go work like crazy and get out there and find platform 5. And there's platform 5. And what happens is we introduce platform 5, and within a few days, all of the same people in the other 3 networks, the other 3 businesses, have all joined in platform 5 in the same positions. And your income, your income, has gone back up to $4,000 per month. But platform 5 didn't take you weeks to build. It took a couple of days. With 10 people in your group, it should take, you can probably do that in a day. Get the referral link sent down through the group like that within literally a few hours, probably a day. So within a day, you've added a new platform, and you're making $4,000. Sorry, you're making $1,000 a month from that brand new platform that you only started literally yesterday. So these are where the benefits come from. This is the basic principles that provide the benefits for us. So what are the rules? If you want the benefits, there are some rules, because without having the discipline to build your business like that, it won't happen like that. So what are the rules? The first rule is don't sign up on any other platform that comes along. If it's a good platform, Wealth Warriors will adopt it at some point. And people think you've got to be the first one into into a business. You've got to get everybody else in as quick as you can. That's not the case. Imagine you have 1,000 people in your group, okay, in your permanent network, and and we introduce a new platform. Do you want to be out there on a limb on your own, making up all the leadership stuff, doing your own Zoom calls, and setting up your own operating system, or do you want to just be able to slot people into your existing people into that new platform? Well, if you sign up in other platforms that come along, then pretty much you're on your own in that new platform. And if Wealth Warriors later decide to adopt that platform, you've broken your own Wealth Warriors community. It'll never be the same again. Okay, because what you've taught your people is it's okay to go out there and just join anything you feel like. Okay, they won't have faith in you to wait until Wealth Warriors adopts a platform so that they can get in. So you've really destroyed your own future in Wealth Warriors by just joining any other platform you feel like joining. Okay. So, and a lot of people don't understand that. Number two, do sign up in all the platforms we adopt. Some people say, well, I like this one, but I don't like that one. Well, sign up in all of them. Okay, you haven't got to fund all of them, but sign up in all of them. Do maintain lines of sponsorship across all platforms. So that's what we're trying to do, is to maintain the lines of sponsorship. Do get your personally introduced people to do the same, and do support your own people by learning about the platforms that we adopt. So if you want the benefits, you must follow the rules. The rules ensure you get security of income, build your permanent network, become wealthy, and live an abundant life. And if you do things on your own, there's no guarantee that will happen. If you follow the rules of Wealth Warriors, I can guarantee that's exactly what's going to happen. You'll also miss out on all the drama associated with the latest scam or failed business or rug pull. You won't be able to cry in the chat groups along with everybody else. Being community centric means you put the community first, not yourself, and you can't do both. Okay, a lot of people say they put the community first, they put their people first. They don't. Okay, they really don't. I've seen people on the one hand say, yes, I put my community first, and then the very next breath they're talking about their level, what they're achieving, what they're aiming for, how they're going to achieve it, and so on. Okay, so it's not putting the community first. Remember, platforms come and go, but the community is permanent. So if one of the platforms lets us down, we'll bin it, we'll replace it, but the community is permanent. And if you don't follow the rules of Wealth Warriors, you're kind of automatically disqualifying yourself from being a part of Wealth Warriors. That's not me saying that; that's you saying that, because if you don't follow the rules, then you won't get the benefits, and so therefore, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So, what are the criteria for adopting a platform? When I look at a platform, it's got to be available in the whole world, not excluded anywhere. Now, we are seeing a number of platforms that don't have a registration country for the US. And the reason is, I'm not going to go into too much detail. The reason is that the US regulators are the ones who cause a lot of problems in the industry. And so what most companies want to be able to do is, if people in the US are complaining to the regulators, they can just say, well, we haven't offered this in the US. Look at our list of countries that we operate in. And the US isn't on the list, and the regulators are completely powerless then to do anything about it. It's a smart move on the part of the companies. It's a particularly egregious move on the part of the regulators, but that's what you get. Therefore, with some platforms, there won't be a country called US when you're registering people. So just choose either Canada or Mexico and take it from there. It must have a unilevel compensation plan. No binaries or forced matrices or anything like that. It's whoever you introduce, that's your first level. People must be able to join for free or get involved in a passive income program for a very low entry cost. So a lot of people are not wanting to build networking businesses or teams or anything like that. Okay, so every single platform within Wealth Warriors, you can get in, reasonably low cost entry, and you can build a passive income program. You don't need to introduce other people. But of course, those of you who do want to build a team of people can do that. Now, if we do all of those three things, then it means we can maintain loads of sponsorship across all the platforms. If we don't have 1, 2, and 3, then we can't. It's just impossible. Number 4, a company must be based on real world applications, not just a money game or a shell game. Okay, so if they say they're trading, we want to be able to verify they're trading. If they say they're doing arbitrage, we want to verify they're doing arbitrage, not just people putting money in and other people taking money out. We don't get involved in anything like that. We must be able to verify the company's legal status and its involvement in the real world activities. And we must be able to meet the leaders or the business owners. Compensation plan must be viable and sustainable. The number of compensation plans I've looked at that are just not viable and sustainable. You know, the first glitch in the market, and a lot of these trading businesses fall out of bed. Well, we've seen that so many times. So, yeah, so it's got to be viable and sustainable. The membership of Wealth Warriors must all be able to get behind the project, so we don't get involved in anything to do with gambling, money lending, any sort of what's the word? Oh, come on, subscription programs. Okay, if the money you earn comes from a subscription program, that's no good for us. We don't want that. So we want people to be able to build up an asset, not just keep paying a subscription every month. So here's the first platform is Matrix Freedom. I'm actually I realize that we're pretty much the time's getting away from me, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. So the Matrix Freedom program has two processes. One is Roadmap to Freedom, and the second is I Am Free. And the Roadmap to Freedom covers all the financial aspects, and I Am Free covers all of the lawful requirements to become free, financially free, free from government control. You sign up as a member for free, okay, and then you can enroll. So one of the first things you do after you register is decide, do you want to be involved in the Roadmap for Freedom or the I Am Free? And you can do both. You haven't got to subsequently get involved in either, or you haven't got to do either with any particular time frame. So I'd suggest sign up for both. And being in either process doesn't take away from your ability to be an affiliate or a network organizer. Now, an affiliate introduces other members, and a network organizer introduces other members and also introduces affiliates. And you get compensated really well for spreading the word about Matrix Freedom. Okay, so it's worthwhile considering if you are a team builder, then to sign up as an affiliate or even a network organizer. It's worth considering that. So the Roadmap to Freedom, you can recoup all of your current account or checking account outgoings for 2022. They've just changed this now, 2022, 2023 and 2024. Each of them costs £1,000 per personal account and £2,000 per business account. Okay, so you can, from time to time, they do special offers on these things where you can bundle several things in together and get it a bit cheaper than that. What that means is you get paid, you receive back every single outgoing from your business account or your personal account for that particular year. And it doesn't matter if it was a legitimate amount, legitimate reason you paid that money out or not. It really doesn't matter. It could be you wrote a check for cash for £1,000 and that's it. You get that £1,000 back. Even though you've had the cash and you've spent it, you still claim that money back. So this is worth looking into. It's a great source of income for you going forward. You can also recoup subsequent years of personal and business bank payments. You can discharge your mortgages. If you still have a mortgage, you can get it written off. Same with the loans, if you owe taxes and other debts, any other debts. You can also create new currency. If you decide you want a house, then you create new currency to acquire that property. You create new currency to acquire a car, a boat, a private island, whatever you want. to have new currency for, you can create that currency. And you can control and shelter your assets in a private trust, which is very, very useful. You can create new currency as needed to live a life of abundance. So if you decide you need £1 million a year, $1 million a year, for you to feed your lifestyle, then every year you create $1 million worth of currency, or £1 million worth of currency. So I'm not going to go through that. The I am free, you do all the legal stuff through I am free. You correct your status and standing. So at the moment, the government thinks, your government thinks that you are the person who that they refer to. So we refer to you as a straw man. You're a not a real living person. You're a corporate entity. Okay, and so therefore the government, being a corporate entity, can interact with you. And what we do is we correct your status and standing, so you are both of those people. You are a living, breathing, real person, but you are in control of your straw man, your legal person, so you can live in both worlds. Okay. You can also rescind all unlawful contracts and replace with lawful contracts. You can set up a private trust to operate for you without being enjoined to the control matrix. So everything in the private trust isn't owned by you, it's owned by the trust. And you have an executor of the trust, and you are the beneficiary of the trust. So your house, your car, your money, everything, your helicopter, okay, is owned by the trust, but you're the beneficiary. So you can live in the house, you can drive the car, you can fly the helicopter. Okay, you can go and use the ski lodge in the Swiss Alps. Okay, but none of it is yours to own. It's owned by your private trust. So therefore, nobody can touch that. Nobody can touch that property, that car, that helicopter, whatever. And you can also transfer the allodial title of all the assets you have now into your private trust. Okay, the allodial title is the real title, the real ownership. Because if you think you own a car, read the paperwork from the DMC or the DVLA in the UK or whatever country you're in. Okay, the government department that looks after vehicles. You do not own the car. You're the registered keeper of the car. You're the registered driver of the car. It's not yours. If they want to tow your car away, they can. If they want to crush it, if they want to sell it to get money for a speeding fine or something, they can do that. Okay, because it's not your car, it's theirs. But if you transfer the allodial title of that car into your private trust, nobody can touch that. And the same with houses. Your houses are registered with, in the UK, with the land registry, and in different countries there's different departments, but it's owned by the government. I am the registered occupier of a property that I've spent half of my life, more than half of my life, paying for. Okay, and now I find out I don't actually own it. I'm just the registered occupier. So at some point I will take possession of my house and move it into my private trust. And you can also engage with the Old Souls Nation Foundation to continue that protection going forward. So I'm going to skip through that because we've covered all of that. When you log in, there are all sorts of videos to watch, all sorts of books to read, and I'd recommend that you spend a little bit of time looking into that. So the second platform we use is BitHarvest. And BitHarvest, we like BitHarvest because, and this is kind of a theme, if you like, we buy boosters and they earn for us every single day. We can buy a whole booster for $1,000, or we can buy as many shares of a booster, 10% shares, for at $100 each. There's no reduction in earnings. If we have 10% shares, it earns exactly the same as if we had one whole complete booster. Okay, so there's no disadvantage to buying boosters in shares. But what it means is the boosters earn money for us every single day. So we pay once and the booster makes us money every day. That's what we like. That's a typical pattern we love in Wealth Warriors. We do something once, we get paid forever. Bit boosters enhance miners' profits. They work with any mining farm in the world. You can earn between $5 and $10. In fact, I think that's more accurate right now to say about $4 to $5 every day in Bitcoin. You get paid in Bitcoin as a passive income, but you earn that money every single day. You earn commissions on sales of bit boosters in your group. You also earn commissions when you sell a bit booster. And if you have a number of boosters in your team, then you earn a percentage override of all the Bitcoin mined in your group. You can increase the size of your business by adding more boosters. You can also, so that's to manually compound your earnings. And they are an income producing asset, like a rental property or an ATM machine that keeps making Bitcoin for you every single day. So this is one passive income, and what it's showing is that if you have Bitcoin, if the price of Bitcoin is $1,000, sorry, $1 million in 5 years' time, if you have one booster, you can accumulate the Bitcoin from that one booster, okay, over the next 5 years, and it'll probably be worth $200,000 roughly. If you have 5 boosters, it'll be worth 5 times as much. If you have 10 boosters, it'll be worth 10 times as much, and so on. If you have 100 boosters, it'll be worth, your accumulated Bitcoin over the years would amount to an asset of $20 million. Now, that's not including the fact that you'll earn money along the way as you go. You'll earn some commissions, you'll earn some ranking commissions and so on. So that's just if you have that many boosters, nothing to do with how many people are in your group, because if you have a number of people in your team, then that adds to the amount of Bitcoin you earn every day. So I'm going to skip through these strategies. These are basically saying if you hit the star levels, in fact, I'll do the first one and the last one. If you hit the 1-star level, then what we're going to say is the minimum income at the 1-star level, if we have a Bitcoin price of 70,000, then you'll earn sales commissions of $350 by the time you become a 1-star. You will earn $128 of Bitcoin every month, okay, and your referral income every month will be $173. If in 5 years' time Bitcoin is worth $1 million, then after 5 years, all that Bitcoin that you saved up, $128 per month worth of Bitcoin that you've saved up, will be worth $274,000. So that's one booster. Sorry, that's hitting 1-star and saving you Bitcoin for 5 years. So then you can work the same strategy with 5-star, 6-star, 7-star, and the top of the chop is 8-star. So again, we're seeing a Bitcoin price of 70,000. Your sales commission will be 370,000. You'll be making $9,000 per month of Bitcoin based on 70,000, which of course is going to go up. Monthly referral income will be 440, so nearly $500,000 a month on monthly referral income. And if Bitcoin in 5 years' time is worth $1 million, which a lot of people think is going to be worth a lot more than $1 million. Donald Trump and Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, think it could be worth as much as 10 million in the next 5 years. Accumulated Bitcoin after 5 years will be worth $350 million. Okay, and that's just accumulated from your 9,000 a month that you saved up for 5 years. Okay, so that's the strategy. The third strategy is if you have enough money to buy 1 Bitcoin, you can buy 1 Bitcoin. And if in 2 years' time Bitcoin is worth 200,000, then you've turned your 70,000 that you paid to buy the Bitcoin, you've turned it into 200,000, so you made $130,000 profit. Or instead of buying 1 Bitcoin, you could buy 70 boosters, and you would earn 4.5 million after 2 years, and you would still have 434 boosters because you keep compounding by buying more boosters. Every time you get to $1,000, you buy another booster. Okay, so you've got 434 boosters, and you'll be earning 4.5 million per year on into the future. So that's a better strategy, I think, than just buying 1 Bitcoin. So that's the end of BitHarvest. There's a platform called Cryptex that I looked at and I got involved myself, but I didn't think it was really suitable for wealth warriors. And the reason it's not really suitable for wealth warriors is because it doesn't give us a daily income. But then I spoke to a number of people and they said, well, I know it doesn't give us a daily income, but I like the look of it. So we did add it to our portfolio. Like I say, it's not quite meeting all our criteria because of the lack of daily profit. But of course, it's a good, solid, reliable platform. It's been paying out for the last 6 years now, and people are very happy with it. So the way that Bitcoin works, the way the Cryptex works, is that you get rewarded for providing staking, which is liquidity for people operating within the crypto market. The minimum investment is $100. The maximum in any one contract is $1,000, but of course you can buy as many contracts as you want. A typical payout for $100 in, a typical payout after 3 years will be $43,800. So that's why it grabbed our attention, because people were putting in $100 and after 3 years getting about $43,800. So this is my account. After 20 months, I started with $100 and my account now is at 13,878. And I'm earning $45 every single day. Okay, the projected income is going to be 44. So the projected maturity value will be 44,000. So I'm looking forward to that. I've still got another 15 months to run. So after 1 year, I started around $100 packages. Now I've got 5 of them, which is so that my total outlay for Cryptex, with the potential to get back $200,000, is $500. I think that's pretty good. So let's have a look at some different strategies we could follow. So sorry, I could have enlarged that. Okay, so let's look at strategy 1, small one-off investment, which is where I started. Put in $100, total outlay is $100. After 3 years, you withdraw that, and then I can reinvest using some of my profits. Okay, I'll wait another 3 years to get another $43,800. Or I could have invested $1,000, and after 3 years, withdraw almost $500,000 and then reinvest using $1,000 of my profit. Okay, so that's a large one-off investment. Strategy 3 is a savings plan. What it says, it's a small savings plan. It says buy a contract every January, April, July, and October. So 4 times a year you buy a contract. After 3 years, your total outlay is only $1,200. And after 3 years, you're withdrawing $43,800 every quarter. So your annual income is $175,200 per year, for a total outlay of $1,200, and then continue to invest $100 every quarter out of the profits that you've got. So every time you collect your profits, make another reinvestment. So that's a small savings plan. I know plenty of people who save $100 per quarter for something. Okay, this is a slightly bigger version of that, and that's invest $100 every month. And I know plenty of people that are investing $100 every month into a savings plan for looking forward to Christmas, for example. Have $1,200 by Christmas every year. After 3 years, your total outlay is $3,600, and then you can start withdrawing $43,800 every month, which is a total income of over $500,000 per year. And then from that profit, you reinvest $100 every month. And strategy 5 is invest $100 every week. After 3 years, your total outlay is $15,600. That might be rich for a lot of people, but it's only costing you $100 every week. And after 3 years, you can withdraw $175,200 every month, giving an annual income of $2.277 million per year. Okay, so there's lots of different strategies that you can have with Cryptex, and and of course, what you do here is reinvest $100 every week from that $2.27 million. Oh, that's what I said. Okay, that's Wealth Warriors, BitHarvest, Cryptex, Matrix Freedom. Let's look at UBX. This is a recent addition. I'm not going to go through all of these benefits. I listed all these benefits, having gone through all of the company documentation. These are things I liked, and I do like this platform a lot. It's a great return on your money. It's the best return out of all the platforms we use, and so that's why I'm recommending it. So UBX is an exchange, and again, it's about staking fees. The company takes our stake to pay the fees. We get repaid once the client pays the fees on completion of the transaction. So we haven't got to wait 3 years this time. We get it back within a few milliseconds, literally. Our staking money gets used multiple times a day, ensuring plenty of profits to return our daily earnings, because the company makes a lot of profits off of these fees as well. Most exchanges, most brokerages, they make money on the fees, and they make a lot of money. Okay, so these people are making a lot of money, and we're getting some of it. The good news is we earn whether the market's up or down. That's one of the things we love. With BitHarvest, we make money whether the market's up or down. With UBX, we make money whether the market's up or down. And also, we don't care whether the client wins their trades, loses their trades, has a complete wipeout, loses the shirt off their back. It doesn't affect us. We get paid because whatever they do, they have to pay their fees, and therefore we make profit. And then at the end of so we make profit every single day, and we also get our money back, our staking capital back at the end of the term. So strategy one, deposit $1,000 and earn $10 a day. So I'm assuming that you're looking at a 1% per day staking plan. There are different percentages. The longer you stake your money for, the greater the percentage return every day. And so this is based on 365 days staking, gives you 1% per day. So $1,000, you earn $100 a day. You earn $10 a day. And so every 10 days, you've saved up enough profit that you can make another $100 stake. With $1,000, you generate a monthly income of $1,000 per month in just over 4 months. Okay, so if you take that profit, keep compounding, compounding, in about 4.5 months, you are now earning $1,000 per month. So if you're looking at you want an income of $1,000 per month, then you put $1,000 in, you do what we suggest for 4.5 months, so from then on you can live on $1,000 per month. You haven't got to do that. The strategy two is to deposit $10,000 and you earn $100 a day. So every day you stake $100 of profit. So every single day you can buy a new stake. And with $10,000, you generate a monthly income of $10,000 per month in just over 4 months. Okay, again, you just compounding every single day, and you decide you want to you can live on $10,000 per month. So you put $10,000 in, and in just over 4 months, you can have an income of $10,000 per month. Okay, so they're just a couple of strategies. There are plenty of other strategies you can come up with. So our communications, we run a Telegram group. Make sure your upline adds you to that group so that you can keep up to date with changes. Now, there's a caveat to that, and that is that we don't add people to the Telegram group until they have made a purchase or registered and made a purchase in at least one of our programs, one of our platforms. Okay, the reason being that there are a lot of people out there that will just join a group and then they'll start spamming everybody, come and join my opportunity, come and join my opportunity. Okay, and then I've got to, people send me the message and I'll have to boot them out and this sort of thing. So it just saves all the hassle. People don't get added to the Telegram group until they are actually in the Wealth Warrior system. We hold this Zoom call every Sunday at 10 p.m. So attend yourself, bring new people, make sure your people attend. It's a shortcut to fast growth. If you want to grow these 4 platforms fast, or you want to grow forget the platforms, okay? You want to build your wealth really fast. Come on these calls every Sunday and bring your new people with you. Attend the Zoom calls of the platforms. Their schedule is published in the Telegram group. Take your people with you. For Freedom Matrix, work your way through the webinars and books at your own pace, but get the first roadmap completed as soon as possible. Also, they'll start sending you emails, inviting you to webinars. Okay, start attending those. Is very, very important. So what do? Get the referral links from for all the platforms from the person who invited you to this presentation. So all of them. There should be 4 referral links. Register in all 4 opportunities. Make a note of your referral links. Once you're registered, you will be able to find your referral links. Okay, and you can pass those out. So pass these links on to your existing frontline members or to people you invite to see this presentation. Make a minimum payment into all 4 opportunities. If you cannot do this, select the project that interests you the most and make minimum payments to get that platform started. Ask your introducer to be added to the Wealth Warrior Telegram group. Attend a Zoom call or watch a video for each platform you've added funds to your account. And as new platforms, so if we add platform 5, okay, as soon as you find out we've added platform 5, pester your upline to get the referral link from them, join as quickly as you can, grab your referral link and pass it on to all the people you have in your existing team. Get on a presentation for that new platform as soon as possible. Okay, we don't have to be experts in these other platforms because what Wealth Warriors does, we don't do everything that these platforms suggest or recommend or have available. There's plenty of functionality in BitHarvest and in UBX that we don't even go anywhere near. What we want to do with BitHarvest is buy boosters, make profit every day, buy some more boosters with the profit, but also withdraw some of the profits. With UBX, we want to stake into, we want to buy a stake and make profit every day. With some of that profit, we restake, and with some of the profit, we withdraw. We're not interested in anything else. We just want to be able to do those things. That's why Wealth Warriors is going to be so good for so many people, because there's a lot of stuff out there that confuses people. A platform starts off nice and simple, and over time it gets more and more complicated. They add in things. There's new features. There's, for example, there's games now available in BitHarvest. There's wallets and things that are available through BitHarvest. We're not interested in any of that. As Wealth Warriors, you can do what you like, but as Wealth Warriors, we're not interested in that. We're just interested in buy boosters, make money every day. Keep it down to very, very simple. And I like simple, and you probably do too. Grow your Wealth Warriors community by bringing more people to the Wealth Warriors Zoom calls, or by sharing this video from YouTube. You only have to promote the 1 or 2 platforms you're excited about, then bring your new members along to this Zoom meeting here, and they will learn why they should sign up in all 4 platforms. Build one platform and have 4 or more platforms grow below you. Now, if you want a Wealth Warriors landing page, you can borrow mine. If you follow that link, then by following that link, you create a brand new System.io account, and my landing page will be added into your System.io account for you to, and you'll have a link that you can send to people. And when they register in that landing page, they'll be registered in your System.io account, and the system will start sending them a series of 15 emails. Now, what you do need to do is, when you import the system from my account, is go into each of the emails and change my referral links into your referral links. Okay, so that's an important thing. Otherwise, all of your people will sign up under me, and I don't really want that. Get a Cryptex landing page by taking this link and adding your own Cryptex wallet in place of the C12345678990. So this link here, you just knock off the last bit and add your own. Once you're registered with Cryptex, you will have an account number, C number, and so just put it in there, and you will have a landing page. You can send that link then to anybody you want, and there's some information there about Cryptex, how good it is, what they need to do to join, and when they register, they will be sent to your referral page, your registration page in Cryptex, and they can sign up with you. So there's lots of information in the landing pages, so that we don't have to do a lot of the work. Is all done for us. So a quick reminder, we are building a solid foundation on which we can base our financial futures. We only work with companies that are in it for the long term. We only work with companies that are above board. And we build a large asset, which in turn will deliver us a large income, whatever that asset is. In BitHarvest, it's boosters. In UBX, it's staking plans. In Cryptex, it's staking plans. Okay, so we build a large asset. Once you have a large asset, of course, you get a large income. Only platforms that meet our rigorous criteria are even considered. A lot of people get upset when I turn their pet project down because it doesn't meet our criteria. It might be the best business in the world, but if it doesn't meet our criteria, then it's a no from me. So what we're trying to do, and in fact, I could do a whole talk just on this one bullet point. We apply our rules to this industry to achieve our outcomes. We want to take control of our own online businesses. We don't want to be at the mercy of any of these platforms or any of these other systems. We want to apply our rules. We want our outcomes. We don't want to be at the mercy of anybody else. So that's what Wealth Warriors is all about. Finally, it's important to remain safe on the internet and in the world of online opportunities at all times. So do not share your password or other credentials with anyone. I see so many times people say, "Oh, my account was hacked." Well, did you share your password with anyone? Yes, I thought I was talking to somebody at support and they asked me for my password. Support would never ask you for your password. Okay, so or a wallet address or anything like that. So just be wise. Imagine that everybody in the world is out there trying to take your hard-earned crypto away from you. And the reason you should think that is because they are. Okay, so just be wise. Where it's available, set up your 2FA on your accounts. And if you don't know what this is or how to do it, just Google 2FA. A lot of the platforms will have an FAQ about how to set up the 2FA. If they've got extra security on there, use it. It makes a lot of sense. Back up your passwords and your 2FA codes in a secure location. Write it down, put it in, keep it safe, and put it in your safe if you have a safe. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. Keep it safe. Keep it all safe. Make sure the executors of your will or your beneficiaries have access to this information in the event of your death. And it may not be your death. You might just be incapacitated. You might be brain dead after an accident. You might be in a coma. Okay, anything can happen to you. So wouldn't it be a shame for you to spend 5 years building up an absolute fortune in Bitcoin, and then when something does happen to you, none of your family, none of your beneficiaries can benefit from that because nobody even knows you have that Bitcoin, let alone have access to how to get hold of it. Okay, so be grown up, treat it like a business. So that's the end of the presentation. And what I would say is get back to the person who invited you on this call or referred you to this video. They are ready and waiting to help you avoid scams, protect your permanent network, and create immense personal wealth. That's what we're all about. It's not really about the platforms. It's about the system we use to make sure that we have long-term business building. We have the time in this business to grow our wealth, our personal wealth, our generational wealth, and our political freedom, if that's what we want. So thank you for your attention. I'm going to come back to in fact, I'm just going to switch the video off now. I'm going to plug the next presentation, and that is for Wealth Warriors. We do a Zoom call on a Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. UK time, specifically about how Wealth Warriors uses BitHarvest and the Bit Boosters. Then we do another presentation on Friday evening at 8 o'clock UK time. That's specifically about UBX and how Wealth Warriors uses UBX. And Sunday evening, 10 p.m. UK time, is a presentation kind of similar to this one. So that's it, 3 presentations a week to cover the whole portfolio. And so I look forward to seeing you on any of those Zoom calls in the near future. God bless.